Okay, so what kind of situation do we have at the moment from a weekly perspective on NZD JPY? So on the weekly, we clearly have a market that has gone to retest the previous support, now turned resistance from a weekly point of view. The market from here had started all this impulse to the upside, and after the break to the downside and retest of this level, we have clearly previous support now acting as resistance. Now from a pattern perspective, what do we have? The market went down, made a retracement, created this beautiful and very strong impulsive phase to the downside, creating a lower low, breaking below all structure, and then the market has just started this retracement with now at the moment a consolidation inside of it. Now, if you want informations on this retracement, how are you supposed to be taking your Fibonacci from the high to the low of the impulse, right? And what kind of situation can you find at the moment in the market? You have a market that is in between the 50% and 0.618 Fibonacci retracement, but if we look closely, we can quickly notice that the Fibonacci level that is lining up the best with structure is actually the 0.618, aligning itself perfectly with this previous support, now turned resistance. So we can expect the market to actually go and test this level, and let's put a horizontal ray on it. Let's be precise. And this is definitely a level that the market might want to go and test. Perfect. We know where the market might want to go and test from our weekly point of view before finding very strong resistance. Let's go down on the daily and see what kind of situation we have on the daily. Now on the daily time frame, we have clearly a market that is ranging in between this resistance and this support. As you can see, the market has been moving inside of this range for quite some time. Now, I also made a YouTube video about how to trade a ranging market. You can go and check it out. But inside of the range, the best opportunities are W and M formations or a break, obviously, from the range if we have a proper impulse and a proper correction. Now, in this scenario, since the fake breakout will be so close, the break to the upside will be so close to the resistance that we have from a weekly perspective, if you know it from a pattern point of view, after an impulse and a correction, you want to see the market at least try to start a new impulse to the downside. What can really happen is that the market can easily just make a spike to the upside, break above the range. This would be the perfect manipulation. If the market manages to break above the range, go and test this zone. At that point, after the market breaks above the range, what will happen? Most people will start longing NZD JPY, and that is perfect because all these longs will give the possibility to hedge funds and big institutions to load up their short positions at the 0.618 to break back below the range, and at that point the move to the downside will be very, very sharp and it will be a great trading opportunity. But we first need to see this beautiful manipulation to the upside that might really happen. Now, if we go and see what from a COT perspective, so commitment of traders, what hedge funds are doing at the moment in the market. Let's go and see what we have from an NZD point of view and what we have from a JPY perspective. Let's go and see what we have from an NZD point of view. So here on the NZD, what we can see is that overall net positions clearly show us that we have shorts outweighing longs with 26k shorts and 10k longs from an institutional perspective on the NZD. And what we know is that from a JPY perspective, we want to see the JPY getting stronger during an economic crisis. Now, at the moment, we can see that there is some profit taking on the longs that have been opened on the JPY in the past. In fact, the JPY pairs have been making a massive move to the downside, but lately these longs have been closed, but without proper shorting, meaning that obviously they're not, when I mean hedge funds are not interested in shorts. Therefore, we can expect more longs to be opened in the near future, which should drive NZD JPY to the downside if the market actually does create this manipulation. So as usual, guys, we can't predict the market. That is not our job as traders. Our job is to react and apply the rules of our strategies. So if the market will actually make it to this level and break above the range and then confirm that this was actually a fake breakout, when will the confirmation come? if the market breaks back below the range. So break above, spike above, everybody starts to buy, hedge funds start to sell, the market closes back below the range. Only if this will happen, then with students, what we will be doing, we will be monitoring price action from a 4-hour perspective on the retest of the range. And as soon as the market from a 4-hour perspective will provide to us one of our valid entries, then with students, we will be taking a nice short with a very good risk to reward and good probabilities for a nice move to the downside, at least to the bottom of the range. But in this case, we want to see the market go even lower. Now, if you enjoyed this free analysis and education, make sure you drop a like and a comment. It really does support the creation of more free education and analysis for all of you. And I will see you in the next video.